We've been using body cameras in our operations since 2014, so approximately 6 years now since we introduced it for all our response and operations teams on the road. I think it's been exceptional, as what we wanted to achieve. I think we've achieved that and even more. From the very outset, as expected, we got some pushback from our operation team members on the road. Somebody may not want to feel that they're being watched, but what they've come to understand in a very short time is that those body cameras protect them just as much as it protects a member of the public. And by that I can say there are countless allegations that have been made against our response teams in certain situations, that the body camera footage and audio has cleared them 100% of any wrongdoing at all. Our protocols are that each and every alarm signal that the response teams go on, they're required to turn on the body camera as they're arriving at a location, keep it on for the entire duration, whether they're checking an alarm, responding to any form of dispute, shoplifting, whatever the case may be, and not turn off the body camera until they've departed the location. So I would say by the very nature of what they do, there are certain activities or certain, let's say, responses to alarm signals where clearly they're doing far more physical exertion than they would otherwise. So from our perspective, we have not had an issue with the durability of the device itself that we use.
This body cam is very rugged, designed for continuous use throughout the tour of our duty. So it comes 32 gigs, option up to 128, 140-degree field of view, complies with several government regulations, comes with strong authentication and authorization, and also encryption. Very important that the encryption also protects it at rest and in transit regarding the data. So these are some of the key features. In terms of ingestion, which you move the data from the camera to our systems, that happens quite quickly. Between ingestion and charging, they're around 3 hours. And bear in mind that every single response man is equipped with a body cam, so that time is really negligent. So it's enough time for them to take up duty the following day. Their camera is ready. Okay. In terms of ruggedness, these cameras are part of the uniform. So whether it rains, whether it shines, they wear them.
It is expensive, but from my perspective, it certainly is one of the best investments we've ever made. I can tell you, you look at the cost of that project, we may have one incident, literally one incident, where the footage on one of those cameras absolves us of liability in a lawsuit or anything of that nature, and that in itself pays for the entire project, one incident. And again, as I said, obviously the body cameras protect the members of the public that our teams interact with, but just as much it protects members of our team. And I'll give you one quick example. These things are literally daily, but one comes to mind late last week where we got an allegation of somebody at our premises being physically abused by our personnel. We had 6 response officers there, each of them wearing body cameras. We were able to critically analyze the incident from each perspective, and none of our officers came within maybe 8 feet of the individual in question. Now, without the body cameras, we'd have a major issue on our hand. You're looking at, who is to be believed, and this person says this and this person contradicts it. With the body cameras, there's no issue because evidence is there for all to see. An officer wearing a body camera has them, for want of a better term, let's say, acting on their best behavior. But that being said, when you're out in the field as an operational team, not everything is black and white. So you have certain judgment calls, and certainly there have been things we've looked back at from a training perspective, where in our debriefing sessions we've been able to say not only to the officer involved, but the rest of our team have been able to look and say, this could have been handled differently. So without a doubt, while it's absolved us in many cases, there have been instances where it's actually proven that the officer in question maybe could have acted more professionally. But again, it aids with the whole transparency, and it certainly aids us in investigating any and all incidents involving our personnel in the field.